This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. It's week 3, a bit sad times really. It's the final week of fight camp. Gonna miss you, fight camp.
It is, actually. And what a way to finish, though. I mean, actually, when I said in the press conference, Joshua Buatsi against Ricard Bolotnick as the last fight that we will see at the 2021 fight camp. A fitting way, really, to end what's been another great project, another great start for us on DAZN. We hope we get another cracking night on Saturday. I believe we will. I think there's some great fights on the card as well. Some which people are expecting to be great fights and some which you probably aren't expecting to be great fights. You will see. And I hope you tune in, hope you enjoy the show. And just got the fight pass numbers from Liverpool. It's going to be a straight sellout tomorrow. Absolutely huge.
Okay, well, I'm glad I've got my camera back, thankfully. Shout out to Wayne Smith. Let's just kind of pick out obviously some of the fights on the card. Really, every fight camp show you've done, there's always a random fight, and I think the random fight on this is Raymond Ford against Reece Bellotti. Yeah. But obviously, completely different ends of the career for them, because Reece is kind of coming towards, I suppose you could say, the end with his age, etc., in his final phase. But Raymond Ford is like 8-0-1. So where's the idea behind this matchup?
Sometimes those strange fights that you say are actually the most obvious ones to make. So you get into a situation now with our stable around the world where you're looking at each individual fighter, and you look at Ray Ford in that situation where I felt that Ray Ford was probably the best or one of the best prospects in world boxing 6 months ago. He boxed on the Chocolatito Estrada card, actually didn't box that great, but definitely won the fight, and they gave it a draw. All of a sudden, like, the hype is kind of gone a little bit. I know how good Ray Ford is, but he basically wants the rematch. The guy don't want to do the rematch. So then I'm sitting there and going, okay, well, I need you to be in a real fight because you need to bounce back here. So I look at our global stable and I say, show me the featherweights. Reece Bellotti's there. He's looking for an opportunity. Like you say, he just wants to roll the dice and see what he's got left in the sport. He can punch very hard. He's not going to stop walking Ray Ford down. It's the perfect test for Ray to travel, to fight a Brit in Britain, and to fight a guy that's going to put him under pressure. Let's see. And I love the fight. I love Ford against Bellotti. I think it's a really, really good fight. And I'm intrigued to see what Ray Ford has got, quite frankly, because if he loses on Saturday, coming off a draw and a defeat, he's banging trouble. And if Reece Bellotti wins, he's going to go on and have a big fight in the division. So good luck, gents.
Very interesting fight. Cash Farouk, this is an interesting situation we're in. Yeah, and full credit to Castillo, because it's something obviously...
Go
on.
Crushing it in the gym. I'm in the middle of an interview with KUGAN. I know. What's happening? Go on. Yeah? Okay. Yeah, okay. Give me 5 minutes. I'll be back. Okay. Crashing it in the gym.
Everything all right?
Yeah, all good, mate. No, we're just going to try and finalise.
Just run through the card.
Okay. So, amazing with Castillo. You know, you're in a situation there where he was born deaf, unable to communicate with anyone, didn't have the funding, the education to learn sign language, so was in a position and a situation where can only communicate with his trainer in their own sign language. It is incredible. Really tough fighter, can really punch. 2 defeats on his record actually weren't really defeats. Apparently, you know, he won those fights as well. And this is a really tough fight for Cash Farouk. Lee McGregor was here last week. He wants that fight again. We want to do that fight, but first things first, he has to get through at the weekend. Zelfa Barrett is back, obviously after the passing of his mother. 8 rounds. Want to see him get a good 8 rounds under. Then we do the Kiko Martinez fight. Love Mickinson against Ranowski. Ranowski's going to come and bring all the heat. I want a real standout performance by Michael Mickinson. Top 5 in the WBO now. We want to see if he's ready. You know, and I believe he is, and I think he'll put a good performance together. Joe Cordina is in a really good fight. This guy who's fighting Joshua Hernandez, he fought on my show in Chicago. He fought a 19-0 prospect. He beat him. It was an absolute war. He didn't get the decision. Also lost to Chris Colbert on points, but basically other than that, he should. You know, that's the only defeats on his record. That's a really, really good fight. And of course, the main event, Whyte against Bolotniks, I think is just such a brilliant fight. I'm so excited to see him go. And also, you got Hope Price against Grande, 4-0 against 5-0. Hope, who's actually got a big fight on the Headingley card as well. Be a little bit careful in this fight. It's a tough fight for him, but one of the top prospects in British boxing. I think he's going to really shine on Saturday.
Are you coming back here next year?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's
here though.
We may do something bigger, more of a festival feel in a bigger venue.
We've got a lot of land out there.
But that way we can just reduce the ticket prices a little bit, keep everyone happy and get them to see a chant. But it is special doing it in the HQ as well at the same time. So it's been tremendous, and we hope to close out with a great show on Saturday.
Sorry, I'll ask you a few more things. What are you making of David Haye's comeback against Joe Fournier?
How weird is it? I mean, they're like best mates, aren't they? The only thing I will say is you almost have to give them credit for actually getting someone to pay for it. Do you know what I mean? And it's like Dave's thing now is now I'm going to teach him a lesson because he's got to be, it's like they're best mates. So whatever, I mean, yeah, strange.
It's a really random card, that Triller card on September the 11th. Obviously De La Hoya's coming back against Belfort. I think Anderson Silva's on the bill. Now Haye and Fournier. But
listen, if that's what you like, that's what you like, isn't it? And I'm kind of baffled by that one, but Dave does what Dave does, loves a pound note, and he's obviously making a few quid. Good luck to him.
But I'm reading this is being sanctioned as an actual professional bout.
I don't see why it shouldn't be. Yeah. Because David Haye's a former world champion, and Joe Fournier has a boxing record. So, but they're not going to hurt each other. Like, I don't know.
What are they? I don't know.
No, of course not. Come on.
Bellew thinks otherwise. Bellew thinks that Haye will try and basically take his head off.
Yeah.
A fight that we're not going to see is Manny Pacquiao and Errol Spence, and obviously we wish Errol Spence a speedy recovery. Not a good injury by the sounds of it.
Terrible injury. I thought, I didn't know. When he came back from his accident, I worried about his eye because I think I don't know if it's the same eye or whatever, or that's even related, but really bad. I mean, I don't say you can say career threat. Well, I think it is career threatening. That kind of injury. It doesn't mean his career's over, but it's career threatening. And it's a disaster because that actually was a big fight. And again, I can't help but have sympathy even with the PBC guys because it's just brutal. You gear up towards a massive event and then that happens. And then we go from there really. So Pacquiao against Ugas it is.
Reports are that Andy Ruiz is going to fight Charles Martin.
Yeah, I saw that this morning. We'll have to see. Not a bad fight. I think all Andy Ruiz fights are fun fights. Obviously, Dillian's got to have his fight, and hopefully the winners can fight the winners. I believe Andy Ruiz will beat Charles Martin, but actually Charles Martin's a good fighter. And if he can beat Andy Ruiz, that makes the Dillian Whyte fight a big fight. But yeah, we'll see.
Any more movement on an opponent for Dillian Whyte?
We're working on it at the moment, looking at October the 30th. So just trying to finalise that date with him now.
In the UK?
Yes.
In the last 2 days, has there been any more talks about Brook and Khan?
No.
Connor's come out now and said, obviously, if it's Khan, he'll fight him.
Love to do that fight. But first things first, Granados, so then we'll go from there.
Can I just read you some comments? Interesting comments. I love this. Have you seen Roy Keane's comments?
No. Well, not about me.
Well, not about you, but interesting comments Roy Keane made. I think he made these to Josh Denzel on the show. So, Roy Keane asked to choose between Joshua and Tyson Fury. This is what Roy Keane said. I don't like any of them. The heavyweight stuff is irritating me. Too much talk, none of them. They both irritate me. I'm not picking any of them.
Well, are you really? Is this what it's come to ask me my comments on that quote?
Yes.
Like, whatever. What do you want me to say?
Roy Keane ain't here, mate.
It's all right. Roy Keane can say what Roy Keane wants. I think he's very entertaining. It's all right. He'll tune in. He'll tune in and watch. But yeah, that's it, mate.
I've not heard anyone make those comments about a fight that we all want to see.
That's Roy, isn't it? Likes to go outside the box. Literally.
All right, no problem. All right, thank you, and roll on Saturday night.
Absolutely, don't miss it. Cheers.